What's up, everybody? A Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Empyrion, Galactic Survival. And today is a big day. You can tell just by the HUD, just by our main interface here that we got, that a lot's changed. So we've gone to the Alpha 6 patch, which just hit Wednesday, I believe. So a couple days ago. Well, actually, to be fair, it was yesterday when I recorded this, so you're seeing it a day late. But yeah, so a lot has changed. We're not going to go over every little thing because that would be longer than the time that I have in one video, and it's not really Let's Play E. But we'll be going over a few things. You'll notice in the top right-hand corner under the radar, we've got a temperature and a radiation meter. Both of those do bad things if they go in the wrong way. I thought about actually doing a do-over and starting off with the new tutorial that they have in place for some of the new systems because they revamped the tutorial, but I opted not to only because when I loaded my game I was okay. Like it wasn't like some of the stuff like Subnautica was before where, you know, it would just break stuff and you had to start over anyway. So since we didn't have to start over, it was kind of like, okay, well, we've already done quite a bit of work. I mean, we've got a small ship, we're working on a capital vessel, all that kind of stuff. But a couple of examples with the temperature thing. Now, I'm still new at this. I'm still learning this stuff. I played around with it a little bit last night, the day the patch went live, but I haven't really done a ton. Now, I did cheat a smidge because there was a few things that kind of broke stuff a little bit for a pre-existing game, and one of them being the fuel tank is now a completely different system. As you can see, we have this cool little graphic here with a percentage meter, and you can refill it from your inventory and so on and so forth. Actually, you can do this from the main menu though, or from the control panel, so we're in technically a grid of our base. So if we hit P, we have this whole fancy schmancy new control panel complete with graphics. So we have, I don't know if that's 20 hours or 20, I think that's 20 hours. Because 20 minutes seems really short for fuel. I was hardly ever running out of fuel. So I'm kind of thinking that's 20 hours. But we have HP, we have the overall power usage, I guess. Like it's only using 2% power draw. The oxygen, which I didn't really worry about, the ammo for the thing, and you can manage each individual thing, like the small ammo box, or the fuel tank, for example, or something like that, or you can hit fill all, and it's just going to restore them completely. And then you got all these bits and bobs, lights, signals, turrets. I'm going to actually mark this as home. I think that's why I couldn't respawn here, actually. I don't know what the custom things are for, and the signals, I guess, is kind of like redstone type stuff in Minecraft where you can trigger things and do stuff. I don't know how advanced it is in terms of like if it can do like a programmable block can, or if it's more redstone type thing. And then you got your device lists, your signal logic for said devices, and statistics. Now this is a pretty cool panel, particularly for ships, because while it does give you a readout on block counts and all that kind of stuff, on a ship it actually tells you different speeds, aerodynamics, angles, things like that, so that can be pretty useful if you're really trying to fine-tune your build. Oh, it also tells me resources. That's cool. I didn't know that. I just noticed that. Attack and defense, oxygen and medic. So oxygen needed to fill ventilators. Now there's vents, basically. Med station. Generators, fuel tanks, warp drive, no. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I like that they have this different panel set up. So we still have the PDA thing, but again, it's all kind of different. And here's the new, the Robinson protocol. I scan the internal systems of the suit. Some of the integrated utilities are non-functioning, but the critical ones are operational. I shall endeavor to repair or reconstruct them as we go. Technical advice for handling the survival suit Mark II. The internal suit logistics system allows easy adding or swapping items via drag and drop or holding shift left mouse. Wireless command allows for interaction with F. To short communication, press period and use enter to close feed. Please return Robinson protocol when you're ready. So actually, let's activate this and see what happens. Check loadout. Grab items from pod. Point at the escape capsule. Oh, I don't know if I can do all this or not. I may have to trick it and tell it that I've done some things. But yeah, so that's kind of an interesting... Does this show up on my HUD now? It does. Grab item from pod. So it has to be the pod. Oh, I don't even know where my pod actually is anymore. We may have to turn that one off. Solo missions are still the same. Doesn't seem like anything's really changed in that regard. Actually, I'm going to set the drone one, drone hunter, because some of these, like rocket drones, minigun drones, cannon drones, we can get all those while we're here. I don't really know why it hasn't. I guess because it wasn't active. But you have... Now, Marketplace, I think, is for multiplayer. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's for people that are selling stuff on the same servers. I don't know. This is the registry of bases. Again, that's more multiplayer-related maps. We can add map markers now with a right-click. And you can have show on HUD, set the icon, name it, coordinates, you know, remove on approach, stuff like that. So that's a handy-dandy feature that we can use. Promethium Deposit, TS Akua, Epsilon Comm Center. Oh, that's new. I don't remember finding that. Residential Complex. Some of this may have been just added. No, Research Outpost I've seen. So maybe I did find that. I don't remember finding a comm center. That's kind of cool. I am kind of curious. What was it? The TS Akua, I think? Admin building? Yeah. So I am kind of curious about this guy because now they're supposed to be NPCs, so we may take a trip over there and see how that works. There's the control panel, player inventory. Tech tree did not change much. They did add a couple of things that we're going to get into here. Repair station, armor, locker, ventilator. Those are new. And they also seem to have grouped all of the cockpits into one option. Cockpit blocks for capital vessel and then the passenger seats and stuff like that. And when I unlocked this, it automatically gave me that one. So they definitely changed that around a little bit. For the most part, though, all this is the same. Again, you have these three down here. And with weapons, they changed up the the system a little bit. Where was it? The assault rifle. So the basic assault rifle doesn't have a flashlight or a scope anymore, and the tier 2 one now has a scope. I don't know about a flashlight. And then it unlocks pulse rifle by default. Now, I don't know. I clicked this one and it gave me this one. I don't know if I was a level 25, if it would have given me all three, or if that's still something you'd have to unlock or not. I'm not sure. There's also armor. At the moment, you can only craft light armor. The medium and heavy, I believe they said you had to find at points of interest and stuff like that. By default, you're wearing we have a body temperature and a body radiation, so some different readout panels, and everything looks a bit cleaner too, so it's a really good change in that regard. But this is our basic interior suit. Now, I went ahead and made a few things in preparation for this episode, mainly a light armor suit, an armor locker, a repair station, and a ventilator. Not necessarily because I needed them all, but basically just to play around with them. The, where was the light armor? Oh, there it is. So the light armor is here, 5 metal components, 1 electronics, 1 cable. Blocks. The repair station is here. I won't go into all the components. You guys can pause if you want to see that. There's an armor locker for a small and a hover vehicle, and then a base and capital vessel. Excuse me. And the armor lockers are basically, as the name implies, is where you actually can change and store armor, from what I understand. So I don't think I can just equip that. I think I need the armor locker. So we're going to go ahead and place that right there, which looks cool. Okay, so now we have an armor slot. And when we put that on, ooh, we have armor now. Now, it's important to note, without armor, you don't have a jetpack anymore. This almost screwed me over. You also can get these boosters, and boosters will increase things. Now, one thing, for example, is you'll notice when I take this off, I don't have some of the things on the stats over here. So we have a durability meter now. Weapons and armor now have durability, hence what the repair station is for. Though I have to admit this, I'm a big fan of the update. I'm not a fan of the repair system. I'm just going to throw that out there, and we'll get into that in a minute. Power factor, stamina factor, jetpack factor, jump factor. So all these factors are here, and then when you put boosters in, I'm assuming these change. Like you can get a booster for your jetpack where it doesn't degrade as fast and things like that, or it has a higher temperature durability and stuff of that nature. So this protects us from radiation up to 4, and a comfort zone of -10 Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. And then you have an armor locker here. And it's important to note that if you have boosters and you put these in here, from what I read in the changelog, it's attached to armor. So if I put a different armor suit in, it wouldn't have those boosters. But if I put that one back on, it would. So that's kind of how that works. I need to find a place for the repair station. For now, let's just put it over here. I don't know what the front end is, though. We're going to go with that, I guess. So, in here, I have a durability of 399, and tier 1, I believe, tools and weapons, well, not tools, but weapons, tier 1 weapons do not actually degrade. Tier 2 and up start degrading when you use them. But you'll put these in here and then you'll click repair and it will repair them. That's fine, I don't mind that. The part I don't really care for is that if you'll notice there's under mass, there's a number of repairs. And from what I read on the changelog, you can only repair an item up to 7 times before then it can't be repaired anymore. That's what I don't like. I'm not a fan of that. You all know how much I like renewability of things. I would say make the repair station, you know, more expensive or more high-end or something like that, or the higher grade tier, like max tier or something, you know, they can have an infinite number of repairs, something like that, or some kind of modified station or upgraded station where now you can repair it as many times as you want, but it costs resources or what. I don't mind it costing resources, I just don't like having to go and remake things all the time. And I know, you know, well, with Minecraft you had to do that too, but eventually then through enchantments they added a repair system as well, that XP could repair it and you could have an infinite thing, and that's vanilla, not modded. So, that's, and I know. Everything is alpha, so everything is subject to change. They could get a lot of feedback like that from people like me, and they could change it in the future. That's just my feedback at this point. I'm not a fan of that. I like the repair system. As far as having a durability, that's fine. It makes it feel more survival. I just don't like that you can't have something be infinite. Now, let's test the temperature thing a little bit, because I'm still trying to gauge, if I understand it right, the upper number on the right is like the minimum, or the, no, it's like the current or something, and the lower one is like the max, but the 22 number is what it is, I think. Like it jumps up when I'm next to the generator, it jumps way up. But I think the numbers on the right are kind of like what you can and can't deal with or something like that. I'm not really sure. I read the log, but it didn't make a ton of sense to me, I'll admit. So, lots of changes. Lots and lots of changes. Lots of stuff going on. Oh, and I have a jetpack now. I missed my jetpack. Now, that's something that's a little interesting too. Huh. Okay, so I'm noticing over here is where we had before, where we had a jump pack thing. I guess this is oxygen. So this is my oxygen meter. Oh, I have my helmet on. I don't need my helmet on. So, yeah, health, food, oxygen... Oh, wait, no. It's actually flipped here. It looks like health, food, stamina, and oxygen, whereas it's flipped over here. But this is the meter we're looking for the actual jump range of our jetpack. Okay. Now, the one I don't know is this. I'm not sure what this one does. Obviously, this means you're in an oxygenated area. I'm not really sure what either of these two are. And this means your helmet's on. So, I'm still getting used to everything. And I'm not some resident expert or anything. So, bear that in mind. The vent system, I don't really know how this works. Well, first of all, we don't have an oxygen tank set up on here. So that's kind of redundant. But actually, we're just gonna throw these in here, because I know I'll need them for my ships eventually. but I don't really know. Oh, and this is a different panel as well. I forgot to mention this. We have our inputs, outputs, and construction queue here. So when you build stuff, it ends up in this area. So that's pretty cool. Overall, and obviously the farming is a little different too. The plants, there does seem to be a bit of graphical upgrade. I don't know if they changed a bunch of textures or anything like that, anything massive, or if it's just a lighting thing, but it just seems to be a little sharper. That might just be my imagination. But obviously the plant textures have been changed, like this is a different thing. But one thing you'll notice is when I highlight one of these, it actually tells me what state it's in. So press F to pick it up. But now it says pre-harvest. These say growing. This says to pick up. So, oh, that's the repair station. Pre-harvest, so you can get kind of a quick idea of if stuff's ready or not. So that's kind of cool. And they also changed the system to where you get 4 at a time, but a lot of this stuff like fries require 4 now instead of 1. And some fruits and things and foods will, like this says lower body temperature by 3. So that's something else you can work with. I'm going to end up using these up first. Now, I think what we're going to do is I might head over to that admin building because I want to actually see how the new NPC system works. Oh, and what I started to say about cheating. So when I first clicked on these, all of these started with 0, like they emptied my fuel tank. But I seem to have lost quite a bit of stuff from my cargo boxes. I don't know exactly what they did and didn't remove. I can't really remember where I ended on this stuff. But I feel like I had more in here. I know I had oxygen tanks and hydrogen packs and stuff like that that are not there. I don't know what else is missing. I'm not really worried about it. It was just something I noted. So when I went to refuel my ship, because if you recall, we were over at the spaceport before. So when I went to refuel my ship, I wasn't able to refuel it. And I was like, well, this isn't good. And I was like, well, I can just jetpack in. Oh, no, I don't have a suit, so I can't jetpack. So I was kind of like, well, I either start a new game or I'm stranded. So I ended up using the debug item menu to just give me like 1,000 fuel packs. I refueled this, flew it back here, refueled the base, stuff like that. It still kept my hydrogen packs in the base, so I don't know what that was about. I'm not really sure where that came about from, but so I refueled this with fuel to get it making more hydrogen. I refueled the base. I refueled this guy. I didn't have any fuel in this one. But, oh, and by the way, this is what everybody was talking to me about before, for those of you that weren't sure, when I mentioned that everybody was telling me the new update would basically cook me, was the thermal factor, the heat factor. Now, the only thing with that is I read on the changelog that I think it only affects a block away from you, or a block away from whatever block is generating the heat, like we saw with the generator. If I walk up next to the generator, it gets really hot, but if I walk 1 block away, it's not. So I'm not sure this actually would cook me if I gave it enough room. So we may want to, I may end up doing some kind of like creative build and doing some testing or something. But for today, we're already running a little low. Sorry on talking more than doing things. That was not my intention, but as I said, there was just a lot to go over in terms of the actual like update and stuff. There was just a lot to cover. This was a big, like when people were saying it was a game changer, they weren't lying. You know, it's a big change. So you can see, I'm still getting used to this thermometer though. Like you can see in the top right, it's down to 7 and 8 degrees now. But I'm still at 22. So I think what that means is the top is the like minimum or the, I don't really know. Because before when we were on the ground, that number was lower. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I see red. Uh-oh. An internal error. Please ensure to... Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm under attack. I don't care. Stop it. Seriously, quit it. Okay, this is not good. If it keeps... Stop giving me errors. I don't care. I don't know what that is. I had that happen before, but it was like once. It wasn't constantly like that, so I don't know what that's about. I got it. Oh my gosh, this is kind of unplayable at this point. Okay, so finally got the errors to stop cropping up. That was annoying. I don't know what that was from. Like I said, that happened to me earlier when I was testing, but it went away, and those just kept coming, which was really annoying. Now, one thing that's interesting, I forgot about this area over here. The only thing is I don't have a core. I don't have a core to take that over with. So for now, I think we're just going to land over here to explore the admin building. And we'll deal with that comm center later, I think. Okay. So let's see how this works now. Because in theory, this should have a bunch of people in it at this point. I think. I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, but I think it's supposed to have a bunch of people in it now. It looks off, though, like there's no lights or anything. This could be one of those instances as well where a new game may have people, but because I actually have already cleared this, or it's already been spawned, it may not. That may be exactly what's going on here. Because I don't see anybody, but in the trailers for this update, it did show a bunch of people in this kind of situation. Like in these trading stations and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of thinking it's probably because it's already been generated and I was supposed to start a new game. Probably. That's probably what's going on. So you guys will have to let me know if you think it's worth... I don't know what kind of stuff we might be missing, but let me know if you think it's worth starting over, or are we too far in to really merit a do-over? Oh, I guess I ran my stamina all the way down. I didn't know. So yeah, I'm not really sure what that error thing was about either. I've had it happen to me a couple of times, not like that before. That was the first time that it actually was just like relentless and wouldn't go away. So that was kind of irritating. I want to say my base... That looks like the Titan, so my base is probably over here? Yep. Wait, no. Is that my base? Yep, that's my base. They're shooting at my capital ship. Or no, they're not. Oh, I missed. They're supposed to be homing rockets. Do your job. Alright, there's one. Uh-oh, that means they took down my turret. So it seems they have gotten more aggressive. And more accurate. That's not good. I like that turret. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks not there. Oh, yep. And there's some damage there, too. It did also talk about, weather. That now there's supposed to be dynamic weather. But again, I don't know if that's something... Oh, man, they really hurt my, base here, didn't they? I don't know if that's, something that will happen on ours or not because of the lack of... Wait, why is it not repairing? Do I actually need concrete to repair it now? Is that a thing? I am set to repair. Used for repairing devices and building blocks. Okay. Except for the part where it's not repairing anything. I'm wondering if I actually need resources to repair now. That would suck. Not liking that. It's not comforting. So, yeah, lots of stuff going on. Oh, and it also looks like my stamina does not just come back anymore either. Or at least not once you've exhausted it. That's another thing. Because before it would actually just come back on its own over time, even if you drained it all the way down. But see, yeah, now up on the, well, maybe that top one is the maximum and the lower one is the minimum for your environment. Because I don't know that it's gone above 25 in the environment other than when I was, like, next to the generator. Which makes sense, it's a generator. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's how that's working, is the top one is... Because when we flew up in the air, it was... The bottom number was getting lower, which makes sense because it's... Oh, did they blow a hole in the side of the wall? They did. Those turds. Alright. I don't know why my multi-tool isn't repairing things, though. That's kind of concerning me a little bit. Wow, they put a dent in stuff, man. Alright, let's test this theory real quick. We're going to... Oh, and some of the doors now, there's the whole airtight system. Obviously, this hangar door is not working off of the same principle. But the doors... Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, no. What the... Oh! They did a number on my base. Okay. So, that's not the door's fault. That's the fact that there's no generator anymore. Well... This is problematic. What was I even going to look in here for? I was looking for something before I got so distracted. Oh, I was going to grab concrete blocks and see if now I can repair these concrete parts. Nope, it's still not repairing them. Wonder if I actually put concrete, like what it's made out of, in my inventory. Because I gotta figure this out, because it's not working very well. No, it's just not repairing. Well, that seems like a bug. Unless it has to... I can't see this being the case, but unless it has to do with the fact that the base doesn't have power anymore? Maybe? Alright, do I have... I know I've got an extra generator and fuel tank around here somewhere, because I was going to use them for the base, or the ship. Now, one thing they did talk about in the change logs as well, actually, we might use that, because that's for a small ship, is that you can have more than one tank, but you'll only see one tank on the, there it is, on the UI. So, for example, if we were to, let's put the generator back here out of the way. So we have one of the generators. I don't know if I actually have another one of these fuel tanks or not. I think I put them all on my ship. Not seeing anymore. Oh well. Basically, if you were to put another fuel tank here, it would still show up as one fuel tank. It's just going to have twice the capacity in the actual... Oh, there we go. Okay. So... Where's the... Wait a minute. Oh, crap. They took out the core. How did they get to the core? I mean, like, do they aim for the core now? what is that about? Well, that's a problem. Okay, so drones are an issue at this point. Gosh, they shot this all up too. What were they doing? Just... Oh, that's cool. They took out the RCS and the core for that too. Lovely. So, yeah, that's a problem. Because I have no cores. Oh, wait, I do have the survival constructor I could still use without a core to make a core. Oh, it's giving off radiation. I didn't think it would do that. It's not on. Oh, well. Well, this turned sideways really quick. Wait, what? Device cannot be connected to a base. Press N to switch this mode off. Oh, I have to put it outside. I was like, what? Okay, core. How do I make a core? That's a base starter. Do I have to do a base starter? No, because I need a core. How do I make a core? It's in here somewhere. It's gotta be. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna try and figure this out. Give me a minute. Okay. So... I've managed to get a core, and we're going to place this down. Now it's powered up again, so now at this point, can I repair this? Okay, so that's weird. You have to have a powered base for it to repair. I don't know why, that just seems a little strange to me, like it... I don't know. That just seems a little odd that you can't repair it if it's busted. It's like... That's it kind of seems like the inherent nature of being damaged is that you're not in optimal condition. So it's kind of odd to me that you have to be active for it to repair. Anyways, again, this is all just kind of little feedback things from my experience with the new update. But I understand that all of it is subject to change as they go, and if they get enough of that kind of feedback, then they might. So, yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents. I'm not a fan of the new repair system. Again, it's repair system. It's the repair stuff again. They definitely bumped up the aggressive AI and stuff, though, that they actually went all the way as to take out the side wall to get to the core. They took out the core of the capital vessel. You know, like, they were going after stuff. So that was not a that was not your typical. Though I will say this, I don't know how quickly that turret got taken out either. I wasn't here. That it's possible that turret would have dealt with them, but it may have been taken out really early on, or something. I don't know. It's very strange. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. It does look like I was right about the temperature thing. It seems that the bottom number is the... Like, I know the big one on the left is your current temperature, but it looks like the bottom is the lowest that it's going to go in your current area, in your current climate. But the big left one on both radiation and temperature, I know is your current one. I wonder if it's faster to dismantle these and just replace them. I just thought of that. Because it gives me the concrete block back. So if I just do it this way, isn't that faster? That's a lot faster, and it's a lot less on my... Well, other than something like this. It's only a little bit. But if they're pretty badly damaged, it may be more worthwhile just to replace them. Literally replace, not like... not replace, but... place them again. So yeah, I'm gonna try and repair my stuff, but that went very different than I expected it to. But let me know what you guys think about, should we start over and do it from a scratch run, basically, with the new patch, and see if it... Because I don't know if, like, the admin building and stuff would end up being populated if we did it that way or not. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!